Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Monday the 20th of March 2023. Thanks for joining me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. This is also the spring equinox, so it's kind of significant because it's a day where there are equal amounts of light and dark, so it's kind of like this in-between place where you can get great answers. I go into a bit more detail in the weekly horoscope, so if you're interested in that, check it out please. But for this reading, I want to see what the tarot has to say about Monday the 20th of March and what energy you'll be working with. So let's have a look at what that is. First card, the Tower. Okay, so drastic change. Then we have the Five of Wands, which is trivial conflict, competition with other people, life purpose. And then we have the Knight of Rods. So the cards are telling a very simple story here. They're saying that some sort of a structure in your life that's been there for a while and that's made you feel safe, that comes undone. So that can be a tower in terms of the way you think. So you've always had a particular opinion about one area, and now something happens, you learn something that makes you reevaluate that, and you see things differently and you have a different opinion. In my experience, personal change is something that takes a lot to occur. I find it's very difficult for a person to change unless there's some sort of drastic prompt. It's a process that at the very least you have to pay total attention to. So it can also be something more practical, like in your working life. You've been there for ages and you've been very comfortable and not thought anything of it. And today you get the insight or the inspiration that, hey, actually, I can't learn anything here anymore. I've learned everything there is to know. I want to do something more challenging, and off I go looking for a new type of work, which actually I find fulfilling. So this can apply to any structure. It can apply to the structure of a relationship or being part of some sort of a group or organization. Something, it's kind of lightning strikes, and I feel something is going to occur inside of you which says, actually, this is more of a hindrance now in my life than it is a security or a support. Because the thing about the Tower is you start off trying to build something that keeps you out of the rain and safe from the waves and all of these things. But as the work continues and continues, it's almost like the tower gets out of control and it becomes this huge thing which is imposing and looms in everyone's life. And it doesn't just become a house, it becomes like a fortress that has its own requirements and needs. So it's like a structure that has become too solid in your life to the point where it's heavy, it feels oppressive, it doesn't give you the chance to explore and to feel joy because it's the same day in, day out. So you can look at it, both ways. We all need structures and securities in our lives, but when those get out of hand, it's important, according to the cards here, to look at those again, to revisit them, because security and structure isn't what makes you happy. What makes you happy on this day particularly is asking yourself, what is it that is important to me? What do I care about? And what do I want my life to look like ultimately? And can I go on an adventure to find that life or to create that life for myself? It's about you. It's not about the structure. So today, I think you trade in security and kind of comfort in a physical sense, and you trade that in for the desire to live a life that's full of purpose and meaning, and that contains far less security and structure. So I feel that you start to realize on this day that the real value that you've got in your life isn't what you've built so far and what you've done in a practical sense. The real value is you and your spirit and your personality that never gives up, that keeps going, that's always interested in creating the best. So it's time to kind of recognize that and give yourself a round of applause. Okay, the Five of Wands is interesting because usually it's depicted as five boys kind of knocking sticks together. And the card is very much about conflict that's that's got a purpose. So if it's 5 boys playing stick, then one of the boys is going to realize that he's stronger than the others and he's got great agility and, you know, peripheral vision or whatever is required. And one of the kids is going to realize that, hey, these guys are better at this than me. This isn't where my ultimate talent lies. So the card is saying that competing and comparing yourself to other people at times can be useful if it reveals things about you. If it gets to the point of comparing where it's like, why are they like this and I'm not, and what's wrong with me, then obviously it's not useful. This is kind of, I'm being proactive, one's is fire, so it's about a passion, right? So each hand here has a wand and each one is very different. So each one has already picked something in life that they really care about. And now they're coming together with friends and they're kind of comparing purposes and seeing what maybe needs to be tweaked and what really worked for this person, maybe it'll work for me. It's helpful. So it's communication, it's sharing your ideas, it's saying, this is my plan for the future. I've just kind of realized that this no longer serves me. I want to do something else. Let me discuss it and mull it over with someone else. And that is going to provide you with a lot of useful info on this day. And it's something that is worth doing, absolutely. 5 in numerology is freedom. So being around other people, but particularly around someone who you're close to, who you can share something with. Like, you know, if I have a dream to become a pilot, then immediately if I talk to my friend, who may be a pilot or not, but maybe he's got a family member who is, or he's done a course in it, or a certificate or a license or something. If I talk to someone like that, it immediately puts my dream in context. It makes it a real thing, because immediately now you're taking it from the realm of what could be and you're talking to someone who's actually been there, done that, and it immediately will just kind of give you an idea of what the next step is, at least. So today, if there's any opportunity like that, and if something is kind of loosens its grip on you and it reveals all this fire, this passion for something, really pay attention to that on this day. There's something inherently valuable in what comes up, and it's going to bring more freedom into your life if you pursue it. Finally, we've got the Knight of Rods. The Knight of Rods is a court card. So court cards appear as people in our lives or as characteristics. So if the Knight of Rods show up today, it's someone who's really motivated by an idea he's had, and he wants to talk to you about it and maybe even get your take on it, or get you involved in it. Then I would really, again, pay attention to that, because it's likely to pay off nicely. The Knight of Rods is someone who can get things done. The only problem is that he, if things don't go as planned, he can be a little destructive, but ultimately he's moving towards being the King of Rods, and that's a very not just warm, it's a very transformative and constructive and powerful energy that, when focused, can really build significant things. So if someone comes along with an opportunity, pay attention, because it's likely to be a good opportunity. I feel fundamentally, though, that this is something that you feel within, because I think something loosens in your life. It kind of, you start to question it and say, is this really the way it has to be, or could I do it differently? And I like the way he's depicted here, because that's what I feel. It's like, okay, I've made the decision, or this passion has been revealed. Let me throw it over my shoulder and go on my merry way. Let me go on my little adventure. And it's not a little adventure, because he's a knight, so he has big adventures, and he's wearing armor, so he doesn't care about potential difficulties. He's covered in yellow, so all he's interested in is living out his truth, his mission in life. And then we've got the eagle on top of his helmet there, and that's, again, freedom and a far reach. So you're really letting go of something that either you've outgrown or that doesn't sit right, and you're replacing it with something far more authentic. Number-wise, we have 16, and 5 is 21, and another one is 22. 22 is the master number of the builder. Oh wow, isn't that amazing? We've got a tower here, and then at the end of it, we've got 22, master number of the builder. So it's about letting this tower go and focusing on what's within, that's going to, in future, allow you to build something really solid and secure, and something that doesn't get out of control and becomes a job in itself. So it's really a day of amendments and getting clearer to your ultimate purpose. Yeah. Okay, so that's what I get for you here during this day. Oh, and it's the equinox. So that's why we're in this in-between place between something loosening its hold and then something lighter and more joyous being revealed. It's this one extreme, other extreme, one extreme, other extreme. Okay, so I hope you have a great day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. And if you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Please hit subscribe and share the video online. Also, check out the video on the new moon in Aries that happens on the 21st of March. The weekly horoscope. There's a lot of stuff happening this week. Major planets are changing signs. Check that out if you're interested. And I hope you have a wonderful day. All the best. Speak to you soon.